BoogeyMan band coming round the bend. Is BoogeyMan band? Is BoogeyMan band?
Greetings, my fellow Fright Fiends. Thanks so much for dropping by the Horror Zone channel. I hope everyone's doing well. Today's video is going to be a spooky screenings on the new Osgood Perkins film starring Micah Monroe, Blair Underwood, and Nicolas Cage. It is called Longlegs, and I just got back from seeing it. It's a movie that I've been really looking forward to. Remember seeing the first trailer for it when we saw The Strangers Chapter 1. Freaked my wife out, so she didn't go see this one with me. I went solo to see this film. I'm a huge fan of Osgood Perkins. He is the son of my favorite actor of all time, that being the late great Anthony Perkins. I've followed Oz's career through his acting work. Have just seen him just excel in terms of his directorial efforts. Love his films, love his visual style. Very different, very non-mainstream. And I was so excited to see what he was going to do with this property that he wrote and directed, and has a huge, amazing talent of a great like Nicolas Cage behind it. It's a film that I went into knowing very little, because I wanted to just be surprised. I've heard comparisons to Silence of the Lambs, and before seeing it, I saw, headlines saying it was the most disturbing horror film in decades. So what did I think of Longlegs? Before I get into my thoughts on it, I want to give a little bit of a brief synopsis about what the story entails without giving any spoilers away. In pursuit of a serial killer, an FBI agent uncovers a series of occult clues that she must solve to end his terrifying killing spree. The movie stars Micah Monroe as Agent Lee Harker, Nicolas Cage as Longlegs, Blair Underwood as Agent Carter, Alicia Witt as Ruth Harker, Michelle Choi Lee as Agent Browning, and Dakota Dalby as Agent Fisk. The movie was written and directed by Oz Perkins. In November of 2022, it was reported that Osgood Perkins was direct from a script he wrote. Nicolas Cage signed on to produce under his Saturn Films banner and star in the horror film as a serial killer. February 2023, Micah Monroe signed on as FBI agent Lee Harker. Following month, Alicia Witt and Blair Underwood joined the cast. Witt later stated in subsequent interviews that though creatively fulfilling, portraying her character was so emotionally intense that she did not plan on seeing the finished film. Principal photography took place in Vancouver, British Columbia from January 16th to February 23rd of 2023. So yeah, I just got out of the film about less than 40 minutes ago, and to say that I'm shaken would be an understatement. There have been several horror films in the last 20 years that have really gotten under my skin, ones that just don't really, they stay with you. And I haven't seen a film that's disturbed me this much since Hereditary from 2018. This movie really got me. And I have to give so much praise to Oz Perkins for his amazing directorial style. The cinematography was amazing, but just the way that the shots were lined up, the way the movie opens, it brings you right in. It's just really, right away, it's like it shocks you before even the title card comes up, and you're going, holy fuck, is this what I'm in for? It's just one of those films that is beautifully haunting. And I could see where people would draw comparisons to Silence of the Lambs just because it deals with a young FBI agent, and there are elements of Micah Monroe when you first are introduced to her that reminds you of Clarice, of course, the Jodie Foster character from that film. And then Blair Underwood plays a very much Jack Crawford kind of mentor with the FBI, and he's great in it as well. But Micah Monroe just really blew me away, and I've always been a fan of hers from movies like The Guest, of course, It Follows. She was also terrific in a movie called Watcher, and this is by far the best performance I've seen her given, even though I've loved her and everything she's done. She just really, right from the first shot of her, you're just intrigued by this woman because she's so different, and you don't know what it is about her. She's just very off. But she's brilliant in her deducing like how the serial killer operates. And like I said, Blair Underwood did a great job too, but Nicolas Cage, I have to be honest, I've been very disappointed in a lot of Nicolas Cage's work as of late. I grew up really loving him in movies like just Moonstruck, Honeymoon in Vegas, Leaving Las Vegas, The Rock, Con Air, Face Off, 8mm, my favorite movie of his. But just lately, just the stuff that he's been doing, I just really haven't been that crazy about. I didn't like Mandy. I absolutely hated Dream Scenario, which is one that got a lot of praise for him. But I've always just been a fan of the actor because I just love just how different he is in terms of just his style. To say that he creeped me the fuck out in this movie would be an understatement. There's just something so off about him, and you know, he still has those Nicolas Cage moments where he's kind of really over the top and big bravado, but it works so well in this film because a lot of moments in this film are very quiet and very tense. And I think that's one thing that was so brilliant about the way Oz Perkins directed this, is that there's so many tense moments in this where things are very quiet and you're just hearing a sound and you wonder what it is, and it takes a long time to sort of reveal itself. And just his setups in this film are so amazing and brilliantly violent and beautiful at the same time. There's some really gory moments in this, but it's nothing that really lingers for a long time, but it does shock you when it happens. There were several moments in this film that made me jump, not cheap jump scares, but just because the tension was just getting so much tighter and tighter as things, you know, as things moved forward and it progressed and you found out more about what was going on and more clues as to who this person is. To say that this movie was brilliant would be an understatement. I think it's one of the best horror films made in the last 20 years. It is fucking amazing, incredible. I definitely recommend people read very little about going in. All you have to know is that it's about an FBI agent tracking a serial killer. It is a slow burn, but it's so worth it. Definitely check the film out. If you guys have seen it, let me know what you guys think down in the comments section below. Would love to hear from everybody. And as always, thanks so much for dropping by the Horror Zone channel. I hope everyone's doing well. Talk to you again real soon. Take it easy. Stay scared as always. Peace. Hey, my fellow Fright Fiends, I just want to thank everyone for supporting BoogeyMan Ben's Horror Zone. If you haven't yet subscribed and you'd like to, please hit the subscribe button down below. Click the bell notification so you're updated every time I drop a new video. I try to drop a video at least once or twice a week. The Horror Zone is a passion of mine, and it really makes me happy that I can share that passion with all of you guys. Thanks so much again for the support, and I'll talk to you again real soon. Take it easy. Stay scared as always.